Here's what high-status people do the moment they want to establish dominance. They do not insult you. They do not raise their voice. They simply respond to what you said, slightly later than normal. With slightly less energy than the moment deserved, as if what you contributed was noted but not quite significant enough to fully engage with. That half-second of underwhelming response is the first trick, and here is the counter. You do not fill the silence. You hold eye contact and wait. You make them complete the interaction on equal terms or not at all. 3 tricks, 3 counters. Let us go. The psychology of silent dominance. High-status people do not establish dominance through aggression. Aggression is readable. Aggression can be challenged directly. They establish it through subtle social signals that are difficult to name in the moment, which makes them almost impossible to counter without knowing exactly what is happening. Dr. Robert Cialdini's research on social proof and authority shows that status is not primarily communicated through what people say. It is communicated through how they behave in relation to others. Specifically through how much or how little they adjust their behavior to accommodate the people around them. The less someone adjusts for you, the higher status they signal. Every trick below is a variation of this one principle. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Trick 1. The selective acknowledgment. You say something in a group. The high-status person responds to someone else first, then comes back to your point, briefly, partially, without full engagement. Or does not come back at all. This is not forgetfulness. It is a deliberate signal to everyone in the room about the hierarchy of whose contributions matter. The counter is to not repeat yourself. Repeating signals that you need their acknowledgement. Instead, you acknowledge your own point by continuing to build on it naturally, as if their partial response was sufficient and you are already 3 steps ahead. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never esteem anything as of advantage if it requires you to break your word or lose your self-respect." Their acknowledgement is not required for your contribution to have value. Act accordingly and the room will recalibrate who they follow. Trick 2. The tempo takeover. Every conversation has a tempo, a pace. High-status people establish dominance by taking control of that tempo, speaking more slowly than the conversation's natural pace, pausing longer than feels comfortable, redirecting topics before they are finished. This forces everyone else to unconsciously adjust their rhythm to match, and the person setting the tempo is always perceived as the person in control. The counter is to refuse the adjustment. When they slow down, you maintain your natural pace. When they pause to create pressure, you sit inside the pause without rushing to fill it. Ibn Qayyim wrote about the person who is not hurried by the world's pace, who moves at the speed their own clarity dictates. Maintain your tempo deliberately. 2 rhythms in a conversation creates tension. The one who breaks first loses the frame. Trick 3. The reframe. You make a point, they agree with it, but slightly reword it. Subtly shift the emphasis. Present it back as if it means something slightly different from what you intended. Then the conversation continues on their version of your point. Your idea just became their idea, and nobody in the room noticed the transfer. This is one of the most sophisticated dominance moves that exists because it cannot be called out without you seeming petty. They agreed with you after all. The counter is to calmly reassert the original framing immediately and specifically. Then restate your original point exactly. No aggression, no accusation, just a clean reassertion of your frame before theirs takes root. Seneca wrote, "Reclaim yourself. One sentence at the right moment is enough." Identity line. If you are still watching, you already recognized at least one of these in someone specific. You do not need to name them. Just know, you just went from target to observer. And observers are never as easy to dominate as targets. Close. 3 tricks, 3 counters. Selective acknowledgement. Do not repeat yourself. Build forward. Tempo takeover. Hold your rhythm. Make them adjust. The reframe. Reassert your original point immediately and specifically. None of these counters require aggression. None require confrontation. They only require that you stop adjusting yourself to signals designed to make you feel like adjusting is necessary. High status is not given. It is not taken. It is simply maintained by the person who stops asking permission to occupy the space they already deserve. Subscribe, because next week we give you the next weapon.